This minute downtown in Manhattan, people are putting last-minute touches on a very worthwhile project. The glorification of the American woman. Now, they're working tonight at Pauline Trigere's for a big day tomorrow. Work in the quiet of the night because tomorrow they'll have to cope with this. Yes, 7th Avenue. The 7th Avenue, the $4 billion answer to every woman who ever said, I haven't got a thing to wear. This is New York's Garment Center, a world within itself. 4 blocks long and 2 blocks wide. It's a small world as worlds go, but a precarious one. This is where the high priests of fashion gaze into their crystal balls and try to foretell what milady will want to wear next season. One wrong guess can wipe out a business, and a fortune may hang on the length of a hemline. 7th Avenue is a daytime world, but tonight, despite the hour, at least one light still burns brilliantly. This is the fashion salon of a famous couturier, one of the greats of 7th Avenue, and her name, Pauline Trigere. Miss Trigere has invited us to a sneak preview tonight, a preview of a fashion show. Reporter Joe Michaels is there now to take us behind the scenes of a fabulous industry. Joe?
Jack, let me say something first to you as a reporter, which of course you know that I am. This is probably well known to all of the females watching the show, but you and I and other males are pretty ignorant about this sort of thing. I'd like to say, gentlemen, your wife may be a little hazy on the details of the Suez crisis, and it may be she can't rattle off the names of the senators from your state. But believe me, this lady's name she knows.
Well, then we'll do that.
She may not have seen her face before, but Pauline Trigere is a name known to just about every woman in the United States and what she does. Incidentally, what she's doing now, as I understand it, is no trick. Is that right, Pauline? You actually do design this way, don't you?
Well, yes, I hope to tell you I do.
You are having a fashion show tomorrow. Could this possibly be intended for use tomorrow?
Certainly, otherwise I wouldn't do it. Of course, at least I hope. It may not be completely finished, you know, but it's something that I had in my mind to do for so long, and I just could never get to it, so I've got to rush it. We have no time to do the customary toile. You know what a toile is?
No.
Well, one of these things, you see, that you prepared first. Show me one. See, all with pins and so forth, but we have no time to do it, so I'm going to try to drape that fast. If I'm lucky, one girl will take the top, the other one will take the bottom.
I hope you don't mind some stupid male questions while you're working.
No,
Can you
no male question could be stupid.
All right, let's go. First of all, when you do this sort of thing, is this all coming from out of your head, or did you have a design first?
Well, I had a design first, of course, but, you know, I don't sketch terribly well. You see, Lucy is now trying to sketch what I'm doing, and then it goes quicker like that, instead of explaining and so forth, and everybody's so busy, as you have seen inside. So I drape it. I love to do it. If I had more time, that's what I would do all day long.
And you're going to finish with this and actually have a dress for tomorrow's show?
Well, it will be a dress. It may not be all finished inside, you know. I mean, it won't be, we won't have the hem. But I have the coat ready, and I haven't got anything to put underneath.
Well, you have a great reputation. You are supposed to be, and I'm sure you are, one of the finest in the country. Again, a stupid masculine question. What is the difference between a really fine creator of dresses, designer, and just a good one?
What's the question? What's the difference between what and what?
Between a couturier of real distinction and just a person who designs dresses. How can you tell the difference? What makes reputation?
What makes reputation? Well, that's a difficult one. I would say that what makes reputation is a continuation of things that you've done well for a while and that has been accepted audibly. And if you are successful enough at doing it, then your reputation grows with the thing you delivered after women have been wearing it for years and years and years. I guess that's what you can call a success that goes with reputation. It's difficult to define, though.
Now, there's something else that also occurs to any husband who's watching something like this. Now, the kind of dress that you're making now, the kind that you're going to be showing tomorrow, men get awfully bothered when they see that this year hemlines are going down 6 inches or up 2, or waistlines are going to be high.
No.
Are your dresses going to last?
No. First of all, at Trigere, we don't believe in that at all. There is no good fashion that you have to burn because you have it in your closet. That I would never accept a thing like this. A good dress is a good dress for many seasons.
You hear that, Joan? I just want my wife to be
sure
to hear that.
And you add to what you have. You don't destroy, you don't come to your closet and burn everything you have just because it's new. You want a new dress because it's spring, because it's winter, because you have worn the one that you liked so much too much, but not because you just have to destroy what you have and start anew. That would be wrong.
And if it's right for you, it should last for several years at least.
Oh,
Is that right?
definitely. We wouldn't accept any fashion that wouldn't be wearable today and again next season. That is absolutely wrong.
Now, another husband's prerogative is to worry about things like price.
Sure.
How much would a dress like this cost, madame?
This one in that imported cotton, I would think, oh, I don't know, I don't make the prices here, about
Approximately.
$110, $115 retail, maybe?
Retail.
Well, I talk retail.
I'm very happy to hear you say that. You really had me worried there for a
Excuse me,
moment.
come back here a minute.
Well, what goes into that? Part of that is workmanship. Isn't that the difference between a dress of distinction that costs quite a bit and just a dress?
Well, workmanship in our kind of haute couture class of things, it's workmanship, it's fabric, it's everything that goes into a dress, the inside just as much as the outside, you know. It's not all that you see outside that makes a good, it's like your suit, you know, when you have something inside.
I think maybe you better not get too close to that one. It's not in the same class.
Well, what you put inside a dress, what makes it hold its shape and what makes it keep the allure. First, the good fabric. We most of the time use imported fabric and they are more expensive and they are very high-class workmanship. The girls are, you know.
Oh, I hate to make you stop working for a moment, but you know, you've been working so busily that our
Yes,
audience hasn't had time to see you. So could you just for a few seconds stand still and smile pretty for the camera and for the people who are on the other side of it so they can see what you look like?
Anything else now?
Now, Bill, ask Mr. Trigere, please. I wouldn't know.
Mr. Trigere is outside working out there.
It's my brother, Robert, you know.
And in just a few minutes, you're going to be showing us, well, in about an hour from now, I guess it would be. You're going to be showing us your summer collection, or parts of it?
Part of it. We won't show you all of it, but part of it. Well, the thing that we're showing tomorrow, we will be pricing them and discussing them and see if we like them. See the one we want to discard. And
so that's a real preview for a scoop, you might say, for the viewers of tonight, and I hope you'll all be watching. Meanwhile, from the most handsomely dressed women in New York to that Beau Brummel of television, back to Jack Lascoulis in the exhibition hall.
Right now here in New York's famous couturier, Pauline Trigere, is bringing together all the elements of successful styling. The place, the showroom of a famous dress designer, the occasion, an after-dark look at 7th Avenue, backstage New York's Garment Center, on the eve of an important fashion show. And the lucky man on the scene, that would be NBC reporter Joe Michaels.
You know, you might have thought it was World War III around here for a good part of this evening, Jack, but it really isn't. It's just your preparation for a fashion show. Lovely dress, isn't it? Pretty? Don't touch that material. It's called black organza, and it costs $14 a yard. We're at the salon of Pauline Trigere, and tomorrow buyers from all over the country are going to be here. We're watching the dress rehearsal tonight. Very important indeed. Let me introduce you to the people involved. That's Miss Pauline herself. And next to her, her brother and business partner, Robert. And then Mrs. Miles Gordon. She's the sales director here. Then Marge Connor, who's head of the New York office, the gift of Texas to New York fashions. And then Sam Bergstein, who is the production manager here. We'll be hearing more from them, but look, this is very important. The fate of an entire collection and thousands of dollars rest on this, so let's eavesdrop a little and listen to what's going on as well as watching it.
Margaret, please have that dress lengthened for tomorrow. It's too short, about 3/4 of an inch, huh?
Okay, let's go, Gillis. Please, next girl.
Yes.
Because we haven't got so much time. We're going to be here all night.
Where is your coat? Oh, here's your... Oh, now, Peter, please. Is the length taken on that? Oh.
Robert, suppose while this is
Peter,
going on, you
just
tell me
straighten
just
it
a
out
little
and
bit
take the
about
length
yourself.
outside, Peter,
What
please.
is-
We don't
yes,
have
What is
time.
your job here? What does this
Oh,
mean?
come on.
Business manager.
You'll check it outside, Peter.
Now, look. Everyone's finished job. Finish it up front. Two here. Please go and let's...
All right, let's go. Next girl, come on. Please, we're going to stay. We're going to be too long. I can see that.
Now,
And
Bill.
especially just the night before the show, there is so
Oh,
much
my heavens.
which has to be
Gertrude.
checked.
But it's very good.
And you're in charge of all
What
of
do
that.
on that?
Yes. Yes, we can do it.
You set the price too?
Now, it's fine and the slip too much like
You're
that.
right, Mr. Gerstein is responsible for that.
Well, we'll get around to him in a moment. Let me talk to Mrs. Gordon now.
All right, come on now,
Thank you,
please,
now.
girls.
Hello, Mrs. Gordon.
Hello,
Next
Joe.
girl.
Now, I have a title here for you, too, sales director. Tell me what that implies.
Well, it's exactly what it says. I direct all the sales for Trigere, and we, I must say, have been doing a very good job across the
Excuse me, don't
country.
you like that hat?
Oh, Pauline is sensational. Wonderful. Love it.
I like it, too.
You like it too?
Yes, I do. How are things in Texas, Marge?
Well, they were fine, but it's been so long since I've been there, I don't know.
This is the new fabric, that's the imported fabric.
And something else, please. I want you to excuse me.
Go right
because,
ahead,
you know,
Pauline.
because we have just tonight.
I know you're working.
You see, I just want you to notice all those slips they have made. Each one is made for the dress. You
Really
see,
beautiful.
Beautiful.
each slip goes with the dress.
In other words, Pauline, you've covered done the top of the slip. Like
Well, you know,
Simply beautiful. It couldn't be any nicer.
Is this
let's
fabric
call it
imported,
Oh,
Pauline?
yes, it's imported from Italy. It's all silk.
Right.
And it's all skirt
cut.
is tucked.
Maybe they won't hear
Next
me if
girl,
I talk to you
please.
for a second. You're in charge of the New York office, right?
Yes.
What do you
this
do?
is
Officially, but actually I'm just learning.
You are?
This
Yes.
is cotton and
Cotton.
New,
Technical term.
new in the wholesale
just remove
business.
your coat. let me
Do you have other offices? Obviously, you must.
What do you mean other
Well, just
offices?
in charge of the New York
Okay,
office.
next girl.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
Let me see
that's enough. Let me tell you, that's enough when you're just learning.
Keeps you well satisfied?
Absolutely.
Let's see that dress underneath it, Gillis.
All right, Sam, Mr. Production
Oh,
Manager.
Yes.
Betty.
Tell me a little bit about that
Betty.
dress.
Well,
May I
you
please
see,
have
this
a
is a
black
cotton
belt?
dress,
Quickly.
and it has a wool coat on top with a velvet collar and cuffs.
How about this job of production manager? How much do you have to produce in the course of a show
Well,
like this?
we have a business that we produce over $2 million, and as you see, my job is to reproduce these clothes and turn them into
Now this is
sizes, what we call standard sizes or missing sizes. We make sizes from 8 to 20, and I also have to see that we produce these dresses throughout the country,
How about this one?
timely. Well, this is a sheer wool dress with a lorganza, white lorganza top, and it also has a sheer coat, wool coat to match. This happens to be a sheer wool, which is something that comes from Italy, and it's the most beautiful fabric.
Thanks, Sam. I want to ask Pauline something again.
Yes.
Thank you.
We, of course, are interfering whenever I talk to anybody, but still, maybe
No,
we'll learn
I mean
something.
this one.
that way,
Yes, the
especially us poor
flower.
males.
Forget about, no, forget it. Just this one.
Pauline, can you give me just a second? What is the distinctive thing about your line this summer? These lovely dresses that we're seeing for the first
First
time.
of all, they are sheer and I hope very cool, which is what we want mainly in America in the summertime. Also, they have we call them the traveling kind of clothes. You can wear them in New York, I hope in San Francisco, certainly in Paris and Rome. They have that quality of traveling and be at home in many cities, which I think is what we've been looking for. Now this is something, excuse me, but
Go right ahead.
this,
Oh, this is stunning.
now this is a beautiful shade of brown. Of course, those, you know, we are not through with it. I have to repin them and...
It's perfect.
John, you look just...
Coffee float. Oh, that is just a...
What do you call it?
Coffee float. Isn't that just perfect?
Coffee float. Wouldn't you like a stiff one?
Cool.
I don't think I'll answer that.
Again, Joan, please. And this one will show without a hat because, see the transparent. See, you asked me what's new about. You see the coat that takes the girl everywhere.
You can take that girl anywhere.
You would, huh? Now, you see, all those clothes have their own little either wrap or capelet or the complete look. Naturally, the women can wear their own furs and their own wrap with that, but I'd like, do you want some help?
Just right.
I hope you're getting a liberal
You
education,
know,
Jack. I know I am.
I hope we don't like the rehearsal to me. It's so deceptive. Nothing is finished. Everything is wrinkled and unpressed, and everything is terrible. This is another organza.
Very pretty in color, Pauline, don't you?
Oh, I think in the
Anybody
red, this
ready,
would be
please?
just beautiful.
Well, you know, Oh, it's almost 1:45 in New York now. How much more work, how many more hours of work before tomorrow's show do you have to put in?
Well, we'll stay as long as we'll have to. Of course,
Well,
you heard about cake. Put your hands in. Let me see what it looks like when you have your hands inside.
Looks nice to me.
See, Serge
Beautiful.
de soie, we call it.
You do.
Well,
Next girl.
just
You're getting
Thanks,
a French
dear.
education here.
Who's the next girl? Come on, let's go.
listen, we'll do the pricing later
Come on,
because
Brett.
really, now this is another organza.
It's a beautiful neckline.
Well, shall we call that one sexy?
Well, I would
Not on television.
Oh,
no.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
That's
well.
a little too blunt. This is a much prettier dress. than-
Now this one, like all of them, are all and rolled everywhere.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
Was- I'd like to see them a little more finished, you know, but do you have a price for those dresses, Sam?
Well, we will start, our dresses will start this year at $110.
Oh, that's good.
And
This in the same, look at this one.
Oh, this is what you were telling me about, Pauline. This
It's
is your...
the veiled,
Shadowed.
shadowed. That's wonderful. Shadow,
Is
yeah.
that cotton underneath?
Pauline,
It's cotton underneath.
Let
Yes.
me ask you something. You know, we haven't got too much time left. Let's turn from women's clothes to men's clothes for just a second.
Thank you, Pat.
What do you think of men's clothes generally these days?
Well,
Are you happy with them?
not very, because I think they are too much the same always and always and always, you know.
Well,
And I wish that men would be more daring in what they wear.
more
don't you?
daring.
Yes.
Well, why don't you take a look at this costume that Jack Rasculi